Chapter 3, Molecules and Compounds. This is a quote from Francis Crick of Watson and Crick, who discovered the double helix structure of DNA. Almost all aspects of life are engineered at the molecular level, and without an understanding of molecules, we can only have a very sketchy understanding of life itself. This is I'm just going to warn you, technology does not like me today, so we'll just see how this goes. How many different substances exist? This is probably an unanswerable question. We know that elements combine with each other to form compounds. We've got 91 different naturally occurring elements, and those can make a lot of combinations. Not all those combinations are possible. But even looking at just the combinations of two elements, you get a lot. But then you throw in that a compound could have 17 different elements in it. It's possible. You get an almost limitless number. So when we look around in nature, we see there's great diversity in substances. Things are different colors, textures. Some are good for you, some are bad. And all of this diversity is due to the ability of elements to form compounds. When elements do combine to form compounds, when elements combine to form a compound, they change their properties dramatically. And we can look at the example of hydrogen and oxygen forming water. So hydrogen and oxygen are gases at room temperature. Hydrogen is explosive. Oxygen is what's necessary for combustion. But you combine those two things to form water, and now it's a liquid at room temperature, and it can actually be used to extinguish flames. So the properties are vastly different. When two or more elements combine to form a compound, an entirely new substance results. It's not just like mixing salt and pepper together where you've just got a combination. It forms something completely different. So a little review. A mixture could be different elements, but mixed in any proportion. And so an example of this would be a balloon filled with oxygen and hydrogen gases. You could have more or less oxygen or hydrogen because it's a mixture. There's no fixed proportion. Whereas in a compound, the proportions of the elements are fixed. We talked about the mass ratios, talked about the law of definite proportions. Here we're going to be focusing more on the atoms that compose the molecules. And so every water molecule has one oxygen atom and two hydrogen atoms. Always the same proportion.